Hi, I'm Megan Rennick, and I've chosen Prompt 2 for my first blog post. In my high school, there is no 12th grade. It's been replaced with Adulting 101 for seniors. This is needed and wanted and asked for. So we've replaced the regular classes with classes that prepare students for real life and the real world. Instead of social studies, for example, students will study social justice and learn how to campaign for a cause that they believe in. They must take the same test that every immigrant must take in order to become a U.S. citizen and pass it. They must be able to demonstrate and name a knowledge of the president, vice president, all members of the cabinet, the joint chiefs of staff, the Supreme Court justices, and their state and national representatives and senators. In place of math, seniors will learn how to calculate how much carpet or hardwood that they'll need to put in a 1,200 square foot house. They'll learn how to calculate and file their taxes. They'll learn how to count change. They must be able to make change for a $7.53 bill when someone gives them a $10 bill in under a minute. They can balance a checkbook in under a minute, and at the end of the semester, instead of a class notebook, they must turn in a completely correct and balanced checkbook. For English, students will learn how to read contracts for nonfiction texts. They'll learn how to negotiate with speaking and listening skills when buying a used car. And for real-world writing, they'll learn how to write a eulogy for a funeral that will give the bereaved comfort. And they'll learn how to write a thank you letter that is specific and personal enough that it will make the recipient cry. In place of the gym, students are going to be taught self-defense skills. Girls will be taught how to disarm an attacker, and boys will be taught how to protect themselves in a fight without incurring lasting damages on themselves or their opponents. Finally, in place of regular science, students will incorporate many different components of the science classes. They'll learn basic chemistry in the form of cooking and baking. They must be able to cook a complete meal with heat and water transference that incorporates all parts of the food pyramid and tastes good. They must demonstrate a proficiency in chemical reactions by using only household products to put out a fire. They must show they know how to remove rust from a bicycle chain. They must demonstrate how to remove stains from clothing using caustic agents. In place of traditional physics, they must demonstrate a basic understanding of an internal combustion engine and use of simple machines, pulleys, levers, screws, inclined planes, wheels, and axles. In addition, they're going to incorporate biology by taking a field trip to a state park. Using only biological indicators. Moss only grows on the north side of a tree. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Follow any moving body of water downstream. They must be able to navigate that forest for one day and make their way out safely without using a map. In addition, they will learn and exhibit basic biological components necessary for good hygiene and for avoiding common illnesses, diseases, and viruses in a post-quarantine world. Now, is any of this real? Not yet. But with the incorporation of the college and career readiness standards and finally an acceptance that not every student should be pressured into going to college, I feel that we are making our way slowly to having a worthy end product for secondary schools. A young person who is ready, willing, and able to tackle the issues and finesse the intricacies of an adult life. Thank you.